This sucks. Sometimes a person might try to do a good thing and then it all backfires. Now, I've never used a crossbow, so I know what it looks like, and some people use it to defend themselves, but in this case, it all went wrong, and what happened in the story, a man was shot and killed in his apartment by a crossbow bolt that a neighbor had fired at dogs that were attacking the man, authorities in Massachusetts said. The death Wednesday afternoon in Adams appears to be accidental, according to Berkshire District Attorney Andrea Harrington. The neighbor heard a commotion and the victim, who was a friend, shouting for help just after noon, authorities said. The neighbor made his way into his apartment, then returned to his own unit to get the crossbow, which he was licensed to own and used for hunting. Most people use them for deer hunting, that's what they do. Harrington said at a news conference on Thursday, he stood at the bottom of a stairwell and fired up at a dog on the landing. She said the bolt struck the dog with a glancing blow, and it went through the door and hit the man in the room where he was trying to barricade himself, Harrington said. A young girl in another room was unharmed. One of the dogs belonged to the man who died, she said. The other belonged to his girlfriend, who also lived in the home. They were pit bulls. That explains part of it. The adult male pit bulls were known to fight and were usually kept in a separate cages. Harrington said they had a history of being aggressive, and one had previously attacked a person who required medical attention. The neighbor who fired the arrow was a good Samaritan who was cooperating with the investigation, the district attorney's office said. Harrington does not anticipate criminal charges. The neighbor was reacting in a very stressful circumstance and is very distraught, she said. The dog showed aggression toward responding police officers who shot and killed both. The officers fired 5 rounds at the dogs, and the investigation found, and since the dogs were known to attack, they had to put them down somehow. But it doesn't usually say, and sometimes it does happen, but sometimes something could set a dog off. Don't know what could set the dog off, but sometimes something can set a dog off so easily, and it sets it in their mind that they have to attack. Shit like that. So that's, but this is a sad thing though, if you see that.